Wow! You mean you were one of the original Little Rascals?
Yeah.
Which one were you? The ugly one?
No, I was the tough kid, smelly. My stick was looking into an exhaust pipe and getting a face full of soot. Nobody could do that better than me. Of course, it was kind of hard to think of reasons for me to look in that exhaust pipe every time, but, you know, we had good writers. William Faulkner could write an exhaust pipe gag that would really make you think.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them. This season we are making Whoopi. That's right, Hangin 10 with Whoopi returns. This time it's her cameo appearances. And I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is a man with the elegant sophistication of a 12-year-old, Joe Vekeman.
I mean, my friend, these kids are like 7. They're not 12.
I'm giving you a line from the movie, Joe.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, okay, let's just get it out right.
I'm not done.
Fine, go on.
And on the audio boards is a 4-foot man eating chicken, Lev Van Rensselaer.
I got that one.
Reminding me to remind you that you can email the cast at whathappenedtothemcast@gmail.com. And our sponsor this week is Hoop and Stick. It's the most fun your kids can have since ball and cup. All right, Joe.
I'm glad Hoop and Stick came back. We like Hoop and Stick.
You know, here at What the Hell Happened to Them, it's the 20s all over again. The 1920s are alive and well with this hoop and stick.
100 years of hooping and sticking.
You got a hoop but don't know how to hula? You got a stick but no piñata? Hoop and stick. What more could you want? All right, Joe.
Don't tell us.
What movie are we doing this week?
We watched the seminal classic, The Little Rascals. I have so much history with this movie.
You do?
From the age of 4 to 6. Because I definitely saw this like as a little baby.
Yeah, when it came out.
When I was 4. And then it was like a summer camp classic. Like whenever it was raining, they're like, throw that fucker on.
We got to go out on our smoke break. Throw the movie on, please.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I'm sure the camp counselors back then in like 1995.
Yeah, camp counselors were cool back in the 90s.
They were like, give me some pizza, give me some cigarettes.
Yeah, give pizza, cigarettes, and fuck it, I'm eating peanut butter today. You know, it doesn't matter about your allergies, you fucking nerds.
Well, we were like not fucking little snowflakes.
Yeah. For the snowflakes having allergic reactions like little babies.
I just don't know how all these kids are allergic to peanut butter now. What the fuck were they doing? Or was like the 10 years ahead of us?
One of them goes off and founds some powerful tech company because they're a massive nerd, and then suddenly they get a bunch of tail and they're just like Genghis Khanning their DNA everywhere. And
Jesus.
Here we
Genghis Khanning. Is it C-O-N or are we K-A-H-N?
Yeah, we're not James Conning our DNA everywhere.
Oh, okay.
He was pretty good at keeping that under lock and key. No, we went on a ridiculous tangent here.
Yeah, we're tangenting.
All right, you've got a history of this movie. What movie? A Little Rascals. Did we say the name of it?
We said the little name of this little movie.
All right, well, what happened in this 1994 hit film?
Well, Alfalfa is wooing Darla, and his He-Man woman-hating friends attempt to sabotage the relationship. I mean, that is 70% of the movie, but then it's also about this, like, carnival/race that they have to do.
Well, like, they got to rebuild their clubhouse.
Yep.
And that gets tied into the racing. So have you ever watched any...
But hold on, because the way they get the money into the whole plot is that they're, like, these... two little 5-year-olds dupe everybody to pay them $5 or $3 or $4 to get into the talent show, and they're like, "Why would you do that?" And they're like, "But we have all this money." Yeah. That's good. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Have you seen any of the Little Rascal things before this movie? Any
with like Mickey Rooney?
I'm glad you brought that up. It's a common misconception, but Mickey Rooney was in fact never in the Little Rascals.
Oh shit.
He auditioned for the Little Rascals along with Shirley Temple. Neither of them got in.
Well, Shirley Temple was kind of like on her own. Like
No, they weren't anybody yet. The Little Rascals go back far,
Jesus Christ,
further than anybody thinks. They started in the early 20s.
Here's your film lesson, right?
Exactly. They started in the early 20s in the silent era and kind of went on for like 2 decades. And the characters we see in this movie are actually from the mid or late 30s. They're the most famous of the kids because that was when the licensing kind of got out of hand.
Oh.
So even if Mickey Rooney and Shirley Temple had been in the Little Rascals, we wouldn't remember them as well as we do for any of these people. Another notable Little Rascal before your Google search spoils it, Joe, a man by the name of Robert Blake.
Oh.
Robert Blake, a Little Rascal. Anyway, what was interesting back then, Joe, we think of movies now, but movies weren't as long as they are now. You know, they were about an hour, and so to pad out that schedule and make people think they weren't getting ripped off because a theater play was about 2 hours and an opera surely was more than that, they would add on some short films in there, usually about 20 minutes, 2 reels. And that's where the Little Rascals kind of made its bread and butter. It's also where things came out like Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry. All those things were just sort of short films they played alongside quote-unquote feature films. As time went on, it got popular to pair 2 of those feature films together. And so the Little Rascals started losing some of its luster there. And then obviously now films are just 2 hours on their own. The goal of the Little Rascals, from what I remember from my film history class, was the director or producer of the thing, Hal Roach, was auditioning some little girl, and she had on like excessive makeup and was extremely stilted in acting. And he was like, what the fuck's up with our child actors these days? This is too much. And then the story goes that he looked out his window at a construction yard across the street, and there were just like 8 kids playing and messing around there, getting yelled at by adults. And he's like, what if we just made a thing where kids acted kind of like kids and went on wacky misadventures? And that's where the Little Rascals were born. And they had scripts for like, here's what happens in a scene. But like a lot of these kids didn't even know how to read.
Yeah, great question. That was another question I had.
You know, they were in the silent era anyway. So they basically were just like, all right, kids, you want to do this thing and just like go to town. And then it was just very improv. Even when they moved to sound, it was very improvisational. They let the kids kind of speak however they wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, Okie Dokie became popularized via the Little Rascals. Little Rascals was also notable, as you saw here, in everybody's weird 1920s Depression era setup. The film actually followed working class children. We didn't see too much of that at the time, so it was just like poor kids trying to get by. Also notable, white kids and black kids were, hanging out together and being friends, which is weird for the time, and even going to school together, which was weird for the time. So much so that there were some southern theaters that didn't want to play them anymore. They were like, we're not having any of this. What are you doing, sir?
It's children.
To be clear, they still did some things that ended up looking quite racist to modern times, but progressive in a sense. We'll give them a little credit for that. Then they got bought by MGM, which was newly formed at the time, so they paired up and did that, and was going fine.
Are you saying it's like art for art's sake?
Yes. Uh-huh. So they would do that as we got right in the mid of the Depression. That's when Alfalfa and Spanky kind of came along, did their thing. Notably, Buckwheat started off as a female character, as it was played by like a 3-year-old girl, but they treated him like a boy, though, I think. And then as they got older and clearly wasn't a girl, he just sort of became a boy character, and nobody ever said anything about it. The director went crazy because directing children is exhausting. He directed them for most of this time.
Okay.
Of the 20 plus years they were doing these. And at a certain point, he's just like, I need to stop. I need a break.
I gotta get away from these kids.
Yeah, his nephew or son or whoever took over after that for a little bit, but then they brought him back, and then he went crazy again. It is tough work to do that. Anyway, it didn't matter after a certain point because MGM bought it, but they still let Hal Roach's company make them. But Hal Roach's company on other projects had also partnered up with a man named Vittorio Mussolini. What? That's right, the nephew of Benito Mussolini, and it didn't look really good for MGM to have somebody partnering up with Benito Mussolini's nephew on the rise of World War II. So they essentially divested Hal Roach and bought him out of the Little Rascals property, which wasn't called Little Rascals at the time, and they made some themselves. Now stop me if you've heard this story before. Big studio comes on in, buys up an indie property that's interesting and fresh, and they said, what if we formalize the hell out of this thing? And so they now made all the kids act on the script, and it was less about their antics and more about their relationship with adults, and the adults were major characters, and there was always a life lesson learned at the end. And we didn't do any more slapstick comedy.
Let's change what's working.
Yes, exactly. And sure enough, the film stopped being popular after that, and nobody there was like, oh, maybe we go back to the old way. No, they just said, fuck it, cancel it. And so they stopped making them after that. Well, Hal Roach still owned those first 18 years worth of Little Rascals, and TV was becoming a big thing in the 50s, and they're already 20-minute movies, so now they're just sitcoms, more or less. But he couldn't use it was originally called Our Gang. He couldn't use that anymore because MGM owned it. So he said, I'll just call it The Little Rascals. And that aired on TV quite a lot. And here we are today.
That was lovely.
There we go, right?
Thank you.
I think what's interesting and a lot of people forget about the film history is that there were a lot more short films back in the day.
Do you know where I learned that about, though? And where all in Babylon. Babylon taught me a lot about film history.
That was one of the things, right, is this director just yelling at the kids in the silent films of like, do this, now do that. Yeah, all right, you run over there and do that. And it was a lot easier to direct kids that way. Once the sound era came, that was when he started to go kind of crazy.
Do you think we should go back?
No, probably not. Like, everything was extremely dangerous, and it's impressive none of these kids died on set.
Yeah.
Because as you saw, there's quite a lot of slapstick kind of stunting here in this movie. All right, but that's The Little Rascals, the history. Joe, what did you think of The Little Rascals, the movie?
I mean, it goes down pretty easily. It's very short, and it's gentle. It's very gentle. There's nothing wrong with this. I think I should show my son. I think he might like it. I think Galley's a little too old for it. Yeah, I liked it.
I give this film a big spolioli, I would say.
Spolioli. Yeah, I can't remember who did the voice of Froggy. I saw it's one of the Rugrat girls.
It definitely was not the child actor.
Yeah, well, I always thought it was like, how did he get his voice to sound like that? Like that's the ringer.
I feel bad for that kid because he's not on the movie poster, and he didn't even get to voice his own character.
Oh shit, you're totally right.
Yeah.
Why isn't Little Froggy on there? Oh my god, I never even noticed that now.
They put the douchey rich kid, but they don't put Froggy. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, he's not even a little rascal.
He's a little rascal. Oh, sorry. You mean Waldo?
Waldo.
Yeah.
I would say the bullies are little rascals. They're little assholes, though.
Yeah,
you know?
They were always there, but mostly it was the Little Rascals kind of like fighting against the rich kids in the neighborhood moving in with their fancy crap. And
I wish I had how much money this movie cost, but I don't. I can tell you that it made $67 million, though. It seems pretty good. How expensive could this movie be?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure the movie didn't clean house, but did well. And this was that era too, where they were doing all these 60s, 50s shows.
I mean, Penelope Spheris the year before made an updated version of the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yes, exactly right. We got that. You got the Flipper movie. We got Leave It to Beaver the movie.
With Christopher McDonald.
Yeah, we got My Favorite Martian, the movie, with Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
A couple Addams Family's films. We were just taking these old 50s, 60s properties and turning them into movies.
Successfully, mostly.
Yeah, I mean, none of them were huge runaway hits, which is why...
The Addams Family made money.
Yeah, the Addams Family got a couple sequels, but that was the only one. But I watched these. You know, I was
the Brady Bunch, right? Do you say that?
I did not, but that's right. Brady Bunch is a good one.
That's a fun way to spin it, right? I still haven't watched it yet.
That was coming towards the end of that run, and they were like, let's find a new way to do this.
Is it really that late in the 90s? I thought it was like in the mid.
It's later than these other ones came out. So it was they already were entering the revisionist history of the 60s TV show film adaptation era.
Fun.
So, yes.
We never got like an I Dream of Jeannie movie.
No, that's true. We didn't do that. We didn't get.
We got Bewitched.
We did get it, but that was again
10 years later.
10 years later, and like a real big departure from the formula.
Have you seen it?
I saw it with Christopher Yancic and Julia Rowinsky, and they were just making out the whole time. So I pretended to be asleep because it was really awkward to sit next to them there. And it was a really good cover story because we were watching Bewitched. So of course I fell asleep.
It's also like almost impenetrable, like plot wise, to understand what's going on.
We saw that at the good old fashioned Zoetrope.
Wow.
So we did not pay retail for that.
I mean, yeah, it's been out for a few months. I get it.
You know, and if we ever want to do an 800 episode season, we could do the Nicole Kidman thing and finally get around to watching it again.
She's a Hangin 10, my friend. We're only Hangin 10 with Nicole. And you pick a decade.
Yeah.
That's how it works. She has like 30 movies every decade. It's uncontrollable.
Yes.
And I would say 10 of those movies were from Werner Herzog last decade.
So I don't remember if I saw this movie in the theater. I definitely remember having seen it, and apparently I must have seen it much more than I thought because I surprisingly remembered a fair bit of this movie.
I think this movie's very spongy. It just sticks with you. Or it maybe like imprints very early.
If you had asked me ahead of time to recount for you the plot of the Little Rascals, I probably couldn't do it. But I don't know. It felt like every 5 minutes something would happen and I'd be like, I remember this. Or the car leaves the girl, you think it's the girl behind, and I go, no, that's the rich, she's going to take off her.
Yeah, no, of course.
Just like things were flashing in my mind. And I was like, whoa.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Everything as it was happening, like, I remember, I could give you like the next 5 minutes of this movie.
Yeah, the springing hair, the erection joke was like, oh, it's coming back.
Couldn't really give you like actual lines except for like, I've got a pickle, I've got a pickle.
Oh yeah, he's singing a little pickle song. He's like, I got 2 pickles.
And then he's gonna like, I got $1, I got $1.
Hey, I found $1, I found $1.
And then I like the Aha kid.
He's one of the older members from the original Little Rascals.
That's a good bit.
He was a carryover. Froggy was like a come and go character. They did shout outs to like the non-famous ones here and there.
Yeah.
What did you think of that George Wendt cameo, Joe?
We gotta talk about some of these cameos.
What did you think of that Olsen twins cameo, Joe?
That was so weird because they were barely on like they were on screen for like in the background. They're named the Olsen twins on like they're just playing themselves, I guess. Even though they're like not playing famous versions of themselves. Very strange.
What did you think of that Mel Brooks cameo, Joe?
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah, let's bring Mel Brooks on and have him be completely total straight man. Great use of him. Joe, what did you think of that Caroline in the City cameo, Joe? I don't remember her name, but what did you think of that?
Wait, Caroline in the City? Who's Caroline in the City?
The star of Caroline in the City. I don't remember her name.
The same one? Is that one of the aunts in Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
No,
I'm thinking of a different show then. See, this is why I don't...
Caroline in the City is a show where a young cartoonist working for a newspaper lives in the city. That's kind of doesn't really stand out. So,
wait a minute, are you talking about Leah Thompson?
Yeah, Caroline in the City.
I think I'm thinking of that other woman because her name is Caroline.
Caroline Ray, yes.
Yes.
What did you think of that Reba McEntire cameo, Joe?
Okay, but don't skip over, I can't even remember her name, but you're skipping over one of them.
Yeah, I guess she comes first. What did you think of that Daryl Hannah cameo,
Thank you.
Joe?
Yes, one of our Steel Magnolias.
What did you think? Joe, what did you think of that President Donald Trump cameo, Joe?
Boo! I mean, I think he actually delivered his lines pretty well.
You know what's crazy is how is he in like feels like half of all the movies that we do. It feels like we cannot get away from this man.
I mean, when are we covering Macaulay Culkin?
He was in the House Party 2 movie as the Donald Trump. He was in Tower Heist. How are we we just seem to
Well, that was about his tower.
Yeah. What do you think of that That's So Raven cameo, Joe?
I mean, isn't she a lot older than all those kids?
I imagine that's why they had her like bent down over a piano so we wouldn't see how tall she was in the clubhouse.
I mean, she's got like 5 or 6 years on these kids. Why is she hanging out with these little kids?
The Cosby Show must have been off the air for a couple years by that point.
Which Cosby Show is she on?
She's on The Cosby Show, not Cosby.
Cosby. What'd you think of, is that all of them? Whoopi! What'd you think of Whoopi?
Of course we got Whoopi. Yes, where's Whoopi in this movie? Well,
right at the end!
Right there at the end. Yeah, it's not immediately at the beginning anymore. We get to, like, build up to it.
And she's actually the last shot of the movie if you watch the credits.
I did watch the credits, yes.
Yeah.
I'll get to the credits in a moment because something about it surprised me. But, we have Buckwheat and Porky. They're the 2 5-year-olds hanging out the whole movie. Our comic relief characters, so to speak.
I thought she wasn't going to talk in the movie. I forgot that she does have one line.
Yes, I only remember the thing where we both assumed was her only appearance, where they're walking through the race at the end, and Buckwheat goes, "Oh look, there's my mom in the stands," and Porky goes, "Whoopi," in a sarcastic remark. But then we cut, and indeed it's Whoopi, and she like waves, and we cut away. And I was like, wow, good for Whoopi just coming in for 5 seconds. Like, do you write that joke into the script? Like, do you know you're going to have Whoopi? Or does she like, hey, I hear you're doing a Little Rascals movie. Can you put me in there somewhere? And then suddenly, like, a light bulb goes off.
I think Penelope Spheres was kind of like a hot director at this point. She had just made Wayne's World, the Beverly Hillbillies, and then she's got this Little Rascals movie. And then she's working with Chris Farley and David Spade after this. Not in Tommy Boy, but Black Sheep. But
yeah.
Still.
I don't know. Like, I just want to know how she gets there. Anyway, Joe's right. There's a tripartite kind of race structure where 3 of our characters, or the main characters, are racing against each other. We want the alfalfa car to win. Sure enough, he goes to the front of the car. His little cowlick thing sticks out. Crosses the finish line first. Whoopi goes, "They won by just a hair."
By a hair!
Which I tell you, I had that exact thought in my mind as I saw the photo, and then she said it, and I was like, did I remember this too and just forgot? Like, what?
I mean, I did remember it.
Crazy. And then, yes, at the credits, they have, like, bloopers of all the kids, including the little girl who just wouldn't stop looking into the camera.
I remember that one specifically. I was like, they're like, Brittany, stop looking at the camera. Brittany, stop looking at the camera. And then she's just like dough face, like, huh?
Yeah. Where else do I look? What do I do?
What are you talking about?
And then at the very end,
I'm looking at you.
It's Whoopi and the child playing Buckwheat, her on-screen child, and they're waving at the camera. And I thought that was crazy because I would have just assumed, for various logistical reasons, they were not on set at the same time together.
Yeah, I mean...
Right, you wouldn't bring her there until you're ready to shoot. You're definitely not having the kid there because of child labor law limits, unless they're being in the shot.
I mean, I really remember only, like, Buckwheat and the other little kitties with,
Porky. I know what you're thinking, why are they called Porky? And I go, well, in the old movies, he was a lot fatter.
Oh.
I guess they're not allowed to do that now, but he was a little butterball.
Was there any fat kids in this movie? I don't really think so.
He was a butterball back then.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. That'll be funny for you audiences when you get to the pre-show at the end. So be on the lookout for that joke.
What an enjoyable movie. I don't know. I'm going to show this to Julian this weekend.
Again, it's a bunch of kids in a spoof film. Like, there's only so much for us to talk about.
I liked when they go to the bank, they're 3 kids in a suit.
3 kids in a trench coat?
Trench coat. And Mel Brooks calls it out. He's just like immediately, I don't have time for this shit. Yeah. Get out. Get out. He's like, I'm not going to play along with this. Get out.
I don't remember all the old films, but I wonder if that joke worked in an old movie and they were like, in 1994, guys, come on, no one's falling for this. Let's just call him out on it right away.
I feel like this started a trend with, like, as soon as I saw this, I'm like, and I just remember seeing it in a lot more kids' movies.
Yeah.
And then, but they always pull it off in those, and I'm like, I watched the smarter version of it. I've seen this joke before.
I watched the smarter version of the kids in a trench coat joke. It was refreshing to have age-appropriate actors playing children.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't get this a lot. And so just to have, like, you know, they're not the strongest actors, but, like, it felt more believable them doing all these ridiculous kid things.
I saw a couple of things about the production. So before filming each day, the director, Penelope Spheris, would hug each child actor to ensure closeness and trust in the group.
You're not allowed to do that anymore.
Well, yeah, I know, sure. Well, I mean, yeah.
How do you know this movie's old? Well, the director was hugging children.
It also helps it's a woman. I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I know. Hollywood, no matter how hard it tries, is always sexist. Go on, Joe.
But the funny, like, she admits, though, like in an interview, she's like, the biggest challenge of the film was working with the younger kids, and they never knew their lines because they don't know how to read. Of course, you're working with like 5-year-olds.
Raven Simone had the same problem on The Cosby Show. Tying it all back.
Oh,
true story.
I mean, I think you got all the.
I got all the actual film history there.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
This film marks one of the few times that Donald Trump has played a fictitious character rather than acting as himself. I'll say, kind of hard to believe that because he does not drive his kid home. he's not like a real dad. Still like leaving his kid there. He's like, oh yeah, you lost. I'm out of here. I don't hang around losers.
It is funny because he's at the same event as his son. Like they theoretically, well, I guess the kid drove his car there.
I mean, this is telling of how cool Whoopi is. And it's also like Whoopi and Donald in the same movie. Oh,
yeah, it was a different time. Listen, there was a time when Donald Trump was a Democrat. You know, everything's changed. It's all changed. Donald Trump was friends with the Clintons. Like, it's all changed. Well, I guess that's less weird now, as we found out.
I mean, he was very close with the Clintons. Have you seen those pictures?
The movie has a lot of a quickened frame rate bits here. I'm sure part of it was for editing ease and dealing with kids, but it's a good callback to the, you know, frame rates of those older films.
It was not any issues with buffering on Prime, because that's where I watched it.
And to, you know, get back to the slapstick era of the comedy there. And, you know, there's a lot of slapstick here, I would say, is going on.
Oh, I didn't know Raven Simone was also on The View.
The movie theoretically could take place, you know, in the 30s, 40s, but there are some things that feel questionable.
Donald Trump on a cell phone?
Like the cell phone things, the stock cars, which are not popular currently or in the 90s, having engines in them. The reference to Milli Vanilli probably felt out of place. The modern exchange rate was a little off, too. Tickets to anything wouldn't have been $3, and you certainly were getting a lot more than a clubhouse out of $450 in 1940s money. Even though they had everybody looking like they were in the Depression, and some of the cars maybe could have fit into the 40s style, so sometimes there was some timeline bleeding in there, some time period bleed happening.
Another movie where Whoopi is uncredited in her cameo.
Yes, we are 3 for 3 so far in these uncredited cameos.
I'll tell you, I looked ahead. Doesn't last.
Ah, man. We had a good run.
The run continues for quite a while. So.
Okay. Which movie do you think does the third act William Tell overture action sequence better, Joe? The Little Rascals or The Lone Ranger?
The one with Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
I'm going to say The Little Rascals is more iconic.
Yeah. Whoopi been doing well for us here in these cameo seasons.
I know.
She's not just throwing her name on anything. These are some very decent films.
They have kind of enjoyed these cameos more than her actual first run.
Yeah.
We did.
And I was trying to think, I'm like, okay, I remember I really enjoyed Boys on the Side. Sister Act was cute enough.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Ghost was fine. I didn't like the Ted Danson movie.
Eddie was okay. I just liked basketball.
Yeah, I didn't care about Eddie.
Do we do The Color Purple?
We did The Color Purple. All right, I like The Color Purple, too.
It was okay.
Yeah, all right. But her cameos, like, she can have more fun with, I guess, right? She can pick, like, kookier roles and just, like, do the weird, quirky movie and get out and lend some, quote-unquote, credibility to it.
Loaded Weapon 1 is still my favorite. I know it was extended, but it was very, very funny.
I think it works for our cameo purposes here.
Oh, it's definitely a cameo.
I guess that's it, right?
Yeah. Are we going to recount the plot, the entire plot for the Little Rascals? I will say the kitty litter sandwiches are still as gross as I remember them. Like the sound of
You would be like, how would you turn a 20-minute thing into a full-on movie? Well, the strategy was very simple. You actually combine 3 of those things together, and you don't have it be more than 80 minutes.
It clocked in at 77 with the with credits attached?
It was like 82 with the credits.
There is an extended cut that exists for TVs. Could not find that one. I wish we found it. It's actually 4 minutes longer. What they added? That's like a whole extra.
Some random joke thing or scene or whatever. It's fine. Yeah, it does not pass the Bechdel test, but it's not really a Whoopi movie, so no one was expecting it to.
When do we have? I mean, I guess when the little girls are all getting ready for their ballet recital, that's like the only time that the girls. But they're only talking about the boys.
At their own party. They're having the summer party.
Yeah.
They're only talking about the boys. But at the same time, the boys are only talking about the girls.
I mean, they're He-Man woman haters.
Women allowed by the end, though, people. So don't get your panties in a bunch. Yeah, I mean, I think a very reasonable movie. A good movie to have in the kid film rotation. Your kids are...
Absolutely.
Kids have aged out of it, but would have been good if...
I think Julian he's just starting to watch movies.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah.
From when he had no choice because I had to put something on.
That was on and he didn't know how anything worked.
It was just a steady rotation of Totoro and Ponyo.
You throw Little Rascals in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Be okay.
Speaking of which, he's into Star Wars now. I don't know how this fucking happened.
Why? Because they were on Fortnite or something?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Found that out the hard way.
Because they got that new thing coming out, and so they're like, we got to market it.
The Mandalorian thing.
But nobody's excited about it coming out?
So I asked him, and then he's just like, of course.
What do you mean, of course? What is this, of course?
I bet if I asked him a week before it came out on Fortnite, he'd be like, what the fuck is this? Get this away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, sheep. Oh, but we should go see the Sheep Detectives. I should take him to see that. I heard it's good.
The what?
Okay, so you haven't heard of the Sheep Detectives?
No.
It's like Babe 2.0.
So the sheep are not cartoons.
No.
Okay.
But they do talk and solve crimes.
Okay. Oh.
But they're actual sheep.
Like Babe.
I think they just move their mouths like Babe style.
Okay. John Goodman in it?
That's what I've been told.
Is John Goodman in it? Who's the John Goodman of the sheep movie?
Why would you think John Goodman is in Babe?
Isn't John Goodman in Babe?
No.
Are you sure?
Absolutely sure. John Goodman was too busy being in the Flintstones and Roseanne at the time. What's his name? James Cromwell. He's the farmer. He's the tall, skinny farmer.
Am I going to get Berenstain Bears here? Is that what's going to happen?
I just don't know where you think John Goodman fits into the Babe. Are you saying that it's because he's a big man and he looks like a pig? That's rude. He's actually really skinny now.
You know what? This is going to sound ridiculous.
Tell me.
I'm confusing John Goodman being in the movie The Babe.
Oh, the Babe. Oh, he's Babe Ruth, right?
He's Babe Ruth. Yep, that was silly of me.
It's not really. It's the same title, basically. Just very, very different movies. I don't think there's any baseball in the movie Babe.
George Miller do a Babe movie?
He did Babe Pig in the City. He sort of was on set apparently for the original Babe movie because he produced it and he was going to direct it, but then he didn't direct it. And he saw all the acclaim that the Babe movie got and he's just like, yoink, that sequel's mine. And then his Babe Pig in the City movie is a movie I showed Julian last year, and because I was just like, we'll see if he likes this. He hasn't watched the original Babe.
He's gonna be confused at all the plot holes. He's gonna be
there's a lot of plot in that movie, which is crazy to say about a fucking talking pig movie. But I love that movie. It's great. It's really special.
John Goodman plays a pig in the hit TV series Pigs Next Door from 2000.
Wow. That is a wilderness period for Mr. Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman,
wow.
Ed Begley Jr., Cheryl Chase.
Well, you can't get Ed Begley Jr. to do anything, so that's pretty cool that he did that.
Okay. Well,
damn.
We're off topic, so I guess
we are. But we're on topic with pig kid movies.
We're with kid Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. Anyway, you got last looks on the Little Rascals.
Whoopi, we are having a blast.
Yeah.
I hope this continues. I hope we've picked some good ones. So this has been so fun.
Yeah, I feel like when we did the Eddie Jim season, by combining them, we never really got to like be on a run. You know, even if somebody had a good movie or two in a row, it usually was interrupted by a bad movie from the other person's.
Yeah, it was just a really bad Eddie run in like 2002.
Yeah.
Jim has no movies, just bad Eddie movies.
So going from House Party to, I really think of as just House Party to Loaded Weapon 1, and now this, I'm like, it's a good palate cleanser that we had wanted.
Yeah, it's so light, and it's more comedy, but it's still very light.
And different styles of comedies we've been getting too. Mm-hmm. You know, like we haven't kind of been doing the same thing again and again.
It's been great.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank Hoop and Stick. Get your hoop on, parentheses, the stick. I'd like to thank Lev Van Rensselaer for minding those audio boards and keeping us sound so slippery smooth. I'd like to thank my co-host Joe Vekeman for stopping by.
Oh, thank you.
And I am your host, Patrick Scale. You can find my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at QuixoticUnited.com and social media, presumably with a similar sounding name. Thank you all for listening. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
Drop me a comment and let me know what you want to see me feed Big Dog next.
What the hell is that?
That's a deer. That's a deer, my friend. I know you don't see them much in California.
No, why did you show me a deer or a guy feeding a deer?
Well, it was just a video that popped up on my feed, and I was like enjoying it because, you know, it was a nice calm moment where a guy was feeding an apple to a deer.
And he's like, want to vote for what I feed next?
It's just, I hate that shit. Like, just let me watch the video of you doing something kind, and then don't ask for me to like or comment about what's next.
No, people don't do anything for the sake of it anymore. It's always for, smash that subscribe button. Like my bumhole. You know, it's always...
I mean, I will like your bumhole, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah. I got a little surprise, Joe.
Is this... Go on, tell me.
Well, I ended up getting... Kidding. Season 1 and 2 on DVD.
You little rascal.
Oh, Kidding Season 1 you get on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm still going through that. DVD seems fine enough. Packaging is very underwhelming.
Well, what would you expect from a 2019 release?
I know. Maybe part of it was shipping. The box cover slip.
Oh, looks fine. $25? You did not pay $25 for that, did you?
Can I explain what's happening
Sorry,
right now?
Go on. Sorry.
Box case covering, kind of damaged, warped, but the plastic thing underneath, all wavy. I was like, depressing. But what can you do, right? It's only DVDs. They don't make Blu-rays for me. But then I went to that weird site to get...
Season 2.
To get Season 2, because that's the only way that exists. And my fear was just like, is this going to be like those Drew Carey DVDs?
Yeah.
My first ever internet purchase back in 2008, where it ended up being some guy in his basement in Toronto just burning episodes onto discs and putting as many on a disc as he could. And so the last episode on every disc usually didn't fit. Anyway, I was just like, oh no, is this what's going to happen?
Okay.
It seems decent enough. The packaging is a lot nicer than what I got from Amazon. Nothing's like wrinkled or whatever. I think he also makes them to order though, which is the other thing that had me very suspicious. Anyway, the DVD themselves are basically just like, here's the episodes. Would you like to click an episode or play all? And I was like, all right, fine. But here's the thing that really pushed me over to finally get them off of his weird, somewhat sketchy website is because he had another show on there, Joe.
Wait, it already came in?
It's the class. Yeah, this Amazon website's exactly the same thing. It just goes to that guy's website or somebody who is secondhand selling them off of the guy's website. But yes, Joe, they had the class.
The complete series. Wow, not just the first season.
The whole series, all 22 episodes. And
is that a half hour or an hour long?
It's half hour. It's a sitcom, man.
Okay. Well, it's it's been broken.
Yeah. The other crazy thing on his site is he's got like real shows on it too, like Seinfeld and Frasier. And I was like, what?
Like real released shows.
Yeah. Shows that already had a release and that are extremely popular and not shows that only you and I watch, Joe, like Class and Kidding.
Does he have terriers on there? I'd like an upgrade for my terriers.
Oh, I think he might have, Joe.
Oh, God.
Let me...
My DVDs are just, they were made back in 2010. I'm sure the technology has improved a little bit.
Yeah, I've been going through the Class, and the DVD-ness certainly stands out. It certainly doesn't have that nice up-res. You can see the lack of data on my giant TV strained a bit there. So that was unfortunate. But again, there's only so much they can do for this sitcom from 20 years ago that only I remember.
I mean, I know now.
You could get the Kid and Play special Class Act, $13.99. A fair amount of things have Blu-ray releases. The Class and Kidding did not. Kidding, I feel like, could have, because it came out in 2020. The Class, I say, yeah, okay. It's nice that you have it at all. All right, Terriers.
It's got to be on there.
No. My Dog Skip, the Frankie Muniz classic.
We already, I'm sure that has been upscaled to a Blu-ray.
Yeah. Trackers. It's kind of like Terriers.
So that link I sent you from Amazon just takes you to that guy's website?
No, but it's the same
thing.
That was how I found out about the guy's website, was people talking about it in the Amazon comments thread. Ooh, James Cagney and Taxi. You can get that.
Please do a third season. I mean, it's been 7 years. I don't think it's happening. I mean, Twin Peaks did a third season after 20 years.
Yeah, I guess stranger things have happened, but at least, the show felt like it did end.
Kidding? Yeah.
Yeah.
It ends. I don't want any more. It's perfect.
Whereas Twin Peaks actively had a cliffhanger. You could get Turner and Hooch, version Francois included.
Okay, so how much is he selling Turner and Hooch for? Because I'm looking up a DVD on Amazon right now. I bet you can find it for $3.
Yeah.
What? What is he selling it for?
$13.99.
Hey, that's a bargain. On Amazon, you can't get it for under $28.80 for a DVD.
And I bet you it does not have the version Francois.
Sure, and it's there's not even, it's never even been produced on Blu-ray. There's not even a DVD, VHS option.
Guys, Tom Hanks did it. Nothing.
That dog's pretty famous too because it's so ugly looking.
You can also get Disney's Treasure Buddies, and let me tell you, Joe, it's not just dogs here on the cover. It is a monkey and a camel.
A camel.
Well, they're in Egypt, according to this poster.
So I'm wondering, is it all CGI camel, or did they bring in a real camel and then just CGI the mouth to move?
Probably just the mouth, although...
Wow. That's dedication. Camels are not easy to act with.
I mean, mostly they had to take out the smoking part of the mouth. Just the Joe Cool cigarette-filled...
Why not? Why not keep this camel smoking and get some ad revenue?
Well, there are laws now, Joe. That's why they can't have. That's why he doesn't do that anymore.
Treasure Buddies was made before that law was put in place. It seems like an old property.
I don't think so. Treasure Buddies was made in. Well, the website doesn't say.
I'll look it up.
Disney's irresistible talking puppies, Butterball, B-Dog, Rosebud, Buddha, and Mudbud are all back in a all-new movie that takes them halfway across the world to the ruins of ancient Egypt.
It's 2012. It's from 2012.
With the help of some exotic new friends, the epic adventure is a treasure trove of pure buddy fun. In a race against a devious cat, The buddies and their new friends, Cammy and Babby, must avoid booby traps, solve puzzles, and explore a mysterious tomb, all in search of the greatest treasure known to animal kind. Packed with action, heart, and tail-wagging bonus features, Treasure Buddies unleashes a celebration of teamwork and friendship your family will enjoy again and again. Kids and family.
So, okay, made in 2012.
Yeah, the Joe Camel stuff got cut in like 1996.
Yeah, so I'm saying we can't do any more ad revenue with that.
No more Camel in a leather jacket, smoking a cigarette, wearing sunglasses.
So Rosebud. Is this a reference to Citizen Kane?
No, I think they just needed to find like the way to get Bud into a name, and she's a girl dog.
Budda? I know it's Buddha.
Yeah, but I get it.
Mudbud, Butterball,
Get it.
B-Dog.
That's short for Bud the dog.
B-Dog must be the guy that's got the bling around his neck with the sunglasses.
It's got to be.
Buddha's gonna be the one with the fez. You couldn't get away with this shit anymore. They have to have more distinct characteristics. You can't just say, here, here's a fez.
I think they got Unlikely Animal Friends from National Geographic. That's a TV show. That costs $33. But I think the real value is the Documentary Canine Collection, Dogs in Action, 1934 to 1955. That is a mere $9.99, my friend.
Okay.
Point of my story is I'm glad somebody finally put the class out on physical format, though I wish the quality was slightly better and that they could have just put these things on Blu-ray. I don't know how Kidding Season 1, which got an actual release, didn't get a Blu-ray release. Like, what is that about?
Laziness. It is for the guys like you and me who are just like, can we just have it on disc, please? Just any disc. And then we're like, DVD? Oh, thank you for a DVD. Like, so
Although I guess it
pathetic.
is weirder on this weird Movie Zing website. That's Zing with a Y, by the way, not the way it's spelled in the Count, or is it?
Hotel Transylvania.
There it is. Yeah, not the way it's spelled there. I was like, Count Chocula, and I was like, nope, that's definitely wrong.
Count Chocula. Well, I mean, that's kind of what he's doing. It's only a little bit change with the animation, too. I mean, blah, blah, blah.
This Movie Zing guy is making it on demand. So, like, you don't have to sit on a bunch of the class Blu-ray discs. You can just, if you're already making other things on demand, why can't you make me the class Blu-ray on demand? I'm not asking a lot here, my friend. It's probably fine, because I would have been annoyed if Season 1 were on Blu-ray and Season 2 weren't. I'll just kind of keep hoping that they'll put out a 1-2 bundle Blu-ray at some point.
I mean, that was my whole Simpsons thing. Like, they put out the first, 12 seasons on DVD, and they're like, now we're going to start doing Blu-ray. And I'm like...
Those are the seasons people want. Put those out on Blu-ray again.
I know. And then 3 seasons into, doing Blu-rays, they're like, no one's buying this shit. Back to DVDs. And I'm like, oh. So they go all over my
Where was the audience where, it's 2025 and we would rather own it on DVD than Blu-ray?
I'm telling you, that's the guys like us who are just like, any kind of disc. We will take whatever disc you put out, because most of these things don't come out.
I will pay the extra $2 and just only release a Blu-ray.
too!
Just only release the Blu-ray. Why? Do they even sell DVD players anymore?
No, but my friend,
Yeah.
I am buying DVDs right now because that's all that they are available in for the format.
But that's fine. I'm just saying if DVDs don't exist...
$5 though.
Yeah, if DVD players don't really exist anymore, just put them out on Blu-ray. Just put them out on Blu-ray. There's not a market of DVD only people out there. There can't be, right? Am I crazy?
No, because people like my grandma who would only who would use the DVDs and don't understand what Blu-rays are, and she thought they were all the same thing, and I'm like, oh.
I bet their Blu-ray player will play DVDs.
Absolutely, it will. But she doesn't understand the difference, and now she's just like, I can't really be bothered with discs. It's too much effort to get up. Just tell me what services is playing on.
They make the Blu-rays! They make the Blu-rays!
Yeah.
All right, well, you want to talk about this new movie that is on Blu-ray, by the way?
This new movie from 1994?
Yeah. This new movie for our podcast, new to our podcast movie.
It's 4.
1994.
1994. Yeah, let's dive in.
I'm going to the water then.